Hey everyone, welcome to Let's Learn with MG. Today, we're going to explore something that makes the world move. Yes, we're learning about force, work, and energy. So grab your curiosity hats, and let's get started. Imagine you and your friends are playing tug of war. Both teams pull the rope with all their strength. The team that pulls harder wins. That's because they apply more force. So what exactly is force? Force is a push or a pull on an object that makes it move, stop, or change direction. When you kick a football, that's push. When you pull your school bag, that's pull. Easy, right? Exactly. Without force, nothing around us would move. When you pull a fishing rod, you're bringing the fish towards you. That's a pulling force. And when you push a swing, you're moving it away from you. That's a pushing force. So remember, kids, pull brings things closer, and push moves them away. If I push this door, it opens, but if I pull it, I bonk my head. Ouch. That's why it's important to know which force to use. Effects of force. Toy car moving, ball bouncing, softball squishing, batsman hitting ball. Force can do many amazing things. It can make things move or stop moving. It can change the direction of moving things, like when a bat hits a cricket ball. It can increase or decrease speed. Push a trolley harder and it goes faster. And force can even change the shape of objects, like when you squeeze a soft ball. Wow. So force can move, stop, speed up, change direction, or even squish things. Exactly. That's why force is super powerful. Types of forces. There are many kinds of forces around us. Let's explore them one by one. A. Muscular force. When we use our body muscles to do work, that's muscular force. Like when you lift your bag, pedal a bicycle, or push a table. So every time we move something using our hands or legs, we're using muscular force. Gravitational force. When you throw a ball up, it always comes back down. Why? Because of gravity. Earth pulls everything towards itself. That's called gravitational force. Thanks to gravity, we stay on the ground, not floating in the air. Magnetic force. Magnets are magical. They attract metals like iron and nickel. That pull between a magnet and metal is called magnetic force. And magnets come in all shapes, bar, ring, and even horseshoe magnets. Frictional force. When two things rub against each other, friction happens. It slows things down. That's why your shoes stop you from slipping on the floor. Without friction, walking or driving would be impossible. But too much friction wears out shoes and tires. Electrostatic force. Have you ever combed dry hair and seen tiny bits of paper stick to the comb? That's electrostatic force. It's caused by electric charges when two things rub together, like plastic and hair. So we have muscular, gravitational, magnetic, frictional, and electrostatic forces, each doing something special. Measuring force. Did you know force is measured in newtons? It's named after the great scientist Sir Isaac Newton. And we use a force meter to measure how strong a force is. The more you pull or push, the bigger the reading on the meter. What is work? We say work is done when a force is applied and the object moves. So if you push a car and it doesn't move, sorry, no work done. But when you lift your bag, move a toy, or push a box, work is done. The more force you use and the farther the object moves, the more work you do. Energy, the power to do work. Now comes the superhero of our lesson, energy. Energy is the ability to do work. It helps us run, play, breathe, and even think. There are many forms of energy. Let's discover them all. Chemical energy. Energy stored in fuels like petrol, diesel, and coal is chemical energy. When burned, it gives us heat and power to move vehicles. Heat energy. When you burn something, heat is released, that's heat energy. It helps us cook food and boil water. Light energy. Light helps us see. The sun, candles, and bulbs give us light energy. Without light, the world would be dark and spooky. Wind energy. When the wind blows, it can move big windmills. They use wind energy to make electricity, clean and green. Solar energy. The sun gives us both light and heat energy. We call it solar energy. It helps plants grow, cooks food in solar cookers, and heats water in solar geysers. That's why we call the sun the ultimate source of energy. Electrical energy. Fans, TVs, and lights all run on electrical energy. It comes from power stations and also from batteries. Sound energy. When things vibrate, they produce sound. Pluck a guitar string, and you hear sound energy. Conservation of energy. Now that we know energy is precious, we must save it. Yes, conserving energy keeps our planet healthy. Here's how we can help. Switch off lights, fans, and TVs when not in use. Use sunlight during the day, open windows and curtains. Walk or take stairs instead of lifts. Use solar energy, it's clean and endless. Every small step saves a big amount of energy. So kids, today we learned that force helps us move things. Work is done when an object moves because of force. And energy is what helps us do work, it's the power behind everything. Always remember, save energy, stay curious, and keep learning. See you next time on Let's Learn with MG.